Cunty is much better than I am, but still. He's probably like a C player or something. So my mutas figure out, hey, look at that. There's turrets everywhere. What am I gonna do? I don't really know. I actually managed to pick up 3 Marines here. With my army of 6 mutas. Meanwhile, my expo is idling, and I'm building more mutas in my base. Oh, there's a sunken. Yeah, that's the creek that I eventually turned into a spore, if I remember correctly. That's the one that took 10 minutes. So, in an effort to get a hive for once, because mind you, my games usually are done by the 10-minute mark. I usually get overrun way before that. So, I get a queen's nest, and hopefully I'm going to get a hive up at some point while I'm being scanned. And my 11 o'clock expo finally building the first drones, but being scanned immediately. And I think I actually destroyed his marine force here, or he moved it away. I don't know. I guess we just missed some action. And I fly my mutas back to the base, right over an enemy position. I actually still managed to pick up some. Oh wait, there is the marine force. So I'm actually gonna be trying to be like J-Dong here and muta micro, while my base is completely idle because whenever I micro, my macro goes down the ship. So here you can see that now I actually managed to pick up all the Marines with my muta force. And in a J-Dong versus Flash S moment, I took off his expansion. But I'm completely oblivious to the fact that there is a dropship going to my base. And let's see. I seem to be building hydras right now, and I think that is the point where I decided to, go to lurkers as well, to have some sort of a ground force, because at this moment my ground force consists of 6 zerglings, and I have a few mutalisks, which I am surprisingly microing pretty well for how terrible I usually am. And I don't know why those mutas are going over there, but I did spot it. I remember that even actually. I spotted the yellow dot on my mini-map, and I was wondering what that was, and when I noticed it was already gone, I thought it was a fast unit, so I thought it might be air attacking my base. So I decided to bring my mutas back up top left, which was actually a smart decision for once. I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back here for that, while I have more idle drones in my base. They're going to go collect some minerals. At this point, normally I should already be thinking about a 4th expansion, especially if you've been paying attention to my money, which is something I can't even do when I'm watching a replay. I just noticed I have 2k minerals. Isn't that amazing? And sending my first lurker to a high grounds while I'm producing a few more in my base. And for some reason, I'm still not going for hive. At this point, I guess I should be going for hive, trying to, eventually get a defiler's nest. And I'm building a second hatch in my base for added production. That's probably not a good decision. I most likely should have built my other hatchery here, but, do what you can while I have a decently sized mutalisk force idling outside here, and they have quite a few kills actually. 5 kills, 5 kills, 2 kills, and here comes the science vessel, and it will miss me because we are obscenely good at microing. And then your radiate goes off, and after 5 minutes I finally decide to split my units quite a bit too late, and I decided to fall back and abandon my poor overlord there. I I have a few lurkers here. Defending high grounds. They're actually gonna survive and help me fend up this push here. I'll be able to pick off a few science vessels. At this point, I noticed there's science vessels, so I'm building. Well, I remember building Scourge. I guess I did it later. So eventually, I decided to build some Scourge, while more lurkers reinforce, and my opponent is. Wow. My opponent has about 7 gazillion barracks, 2 starports. So I think that's what you call the SK Terran. I'm not sure if that's exactly it, but like I said, I'm a complete noob. I watch a lot of the pro scene matches, but I'm not sure if this is SK. I guess that's what it is. So you guys will have the pleasure of seeing how badly SK Terran owns me. Or maybe it owns my build. Because pretty much any strategy will own me at some point. I'll just end up giving up. So here are more lurkers. I'm trying to assemble some sort of a Muta Lurk Hydra Ling army. Oh yes. While more mutas reinforce. I'm pretty confident at this stage in the game, actually, because I pushed back his army, you know. I know pretty much what he's going for. I know he's going Reens and science vessels. So I'm making a few Scourge, keeping up on the muta. I'm basically trying to keep a muta group so I can do some harassment and hopefully a diversion at some point from when my push goes out. Because I think I'm so smart, and I think my opponent is a dumbass, so well, he's not a dumbass, just want to clarify that, but I'm acting like my opponent is a dumbass, and, you know, that he won't guess that I'm making a lurker army, although he's already spotted my lurkers. So at this point, I'm basically trying to go for a diversion with some muta harassment on top of his base. And I expect to make a lurker and ling push, which you can see here, while the diversion goes on. So I'm getting my army closer, destroying his science vessel here. The only problem is that that muta harass is never really going to happen. And as you can see, I'm pushing here with my units, and my lurkers actually do the job quite well. But at this point, I'm pretty much fucked because my lurkers have gotten irradiated, and I couldn't destroy all the science vessel with my Scourge, so I have to bring back my muta group, and it will actually do the job pretty well, and manage to pick off all of his science vessels. At this point, if I was a bit smarter, I should have attacked, or at least try to take the high grounds here. But I will not, because I'm being pushed in my base. So I was trying to go for diversion. My enemy was going for diversion as well. He succeeded, I failed. Story of my life. While my lurkers are, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, they're all pretty healthy, except for this guy here. 6 kills here. We have a champion lurker. I remember actually when I started trying to play, I was trying to do all those tricks like the muta stacks and the whole lurkers, and I never realized that I should just focus on getting my macro and, you know, going and not leave my bases idle. And as you can see, actually my top left expansion, although it's definitely not saturated, it's actually producing a little bit now. So everything is not completely lost, but this base has gotten all of its drones completely butt-raped. And I have yet to build a hive. I'm not even sure if I did build a hive in this game. And while I'm doing that, my enemy is preparing for a drop here and massing up quite a few marines and fire bats. And oh, there are my lurkers in a circling force, which I'm gonna